Good afternoon, Mr. Dewitte.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Mr. Dewitte, you were arrested based on a warrant. Another judge has found probable cause for the allegation of failing to register as required. Court is going to set bond in this case. I'm not aware of any request by the state for pretrial detention, so you are entitled to bond. Your bond in this case will be set in the amount of $1,500.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, may the state be heard?
Of course.
Mr. Dewitte has another open case. It's 2019 CF 3928. So the state would be asking that the bond be revoked in that case.
Thanks. As to the new law offense, the Judge Yansevich had indicated you may not leave the jurisdiction of the court without express consent of the court. That's going to be a condition of your bond in this new law offense 2020 CF 3570. Officer Akendo, I didn't see the other law offense on
Judge,
the
when we
face
sent
sheet.
you the paperwork this morning, we sent you these extra pieces of paper with several of the cases that the defendant is out on bond. We count 5 cases where he's out on bond, 4 of them being from Orange County, and he's on ROR status out of Orange County on 5 other different cases.
Does he have any cases with us in Osceola County that he's currently out on bond?
We find out on bond for 19 CF 3928.
Mr. Ledan, do you wish to be heard as to the state's request?
Yes, Your Honor. We appeared before Judge Barber this morning. Mr. Dewitte was already slated for a hearing before her this morning for a police status. The judge declined to take action on revoking any of the bonds. The state did make the request this morning, and that was denied by Judge Barber. I'm aware of part of the allegations within the narrative that's before the court. My concern is that in part they allege some type of violation of a temporary residence or a temporary residence being used. And for the court's consideration, Mr. Dewitte was improperly charged by the Orlando Police Department with a domestic violence charge. The victim in that case has never cohabitated with my client, and it was determined that OPD classified it as a domestic case so that when he got arrested on the charge, he'd be held and would have to appear before an initial appearance judge. I appeared before Judge Carter on that case last week, and the state, in particular Michelle Latham, had no-billed that case either the morning of that initial appearance or contemporaneous to it, but the judge was aware of that, and Mr. Dewitte was released. And I bring that up because I'm very frustrated by law enforcement's conduct in Mr. Dewitte's cases. I know he has plenty of cases pending, but to do something deliberately to misrepresent the nature of an offense, to then try to seek a warrant for his arrest, to then try to revoke these bonds is what appears to have happened last time. Now we're here before the court on a new charge alleging similar conduct about being out of place or having some type of temporary abode. And I think it smacks of impropriety, and I'm very concerned about it. And so I know we're only here on a PC determination. That PC determination has been made. However, the court does have the discretion not to revoke the bond. I'd ask that this matter be set for a hearing, have the state file whatever appropriate motions they wish to file, have the bonds revoked, and give us an opportunity to be heard on it, because there is some substantial backstory that I think needs to be presented to the court before his bonds are revoked. Judge Roach has ROR'd him on probably a half a dozen cases that came subsequent to the original series of cases that are now pending based on her review of those charges as well. And so I think that also speaks to what I'm speaking to, Your Honor. So I would ask the court not make that determination today, but to set it for a hearing if need be.
All right, I'm not going to take any action on the Orange County cases. I'm familiar with some of Mr. DeWitte's ancillary issues. Who's got the Osceola County case, the 2019 case?
It's actually in your division, Your Honor.
All right. Thanks. Has there been a motion for pretrial detention filed in this case?
Not yet. Motion to revoke bond, I don't believe so, just because the new law just came in. So that wouldn't occur until afterwards.
All right. I'm going to request that the state file a motion to revoke bond in the alternate case, give council an opportunity to digest the request and prepare a hearing. I'm going to ask that the state set that for an evidentiary hearing before me. I will consider the state's request to revoke bond based on there being probable cause being found by, looks like Judge Jansevich, of this new law offense. And I will consider the request, but I want to give the defense an opportunity to react to the state's or a tennis request today. So,
And, Your Honor, just for the record, I just want to note, the state would be objecting to the ruling because the defendant was already on release, and a PC being found for a new violation would be a violation. So I just wanted to put that.
okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks. I think that's within the discretion of the court at IAs to revoke bond, and the answer is not no. It's just I need some more information to make that determination. So
I understand.
the request today is denied without prejudice. Mr. Dewitte, you are bondable on this case and under those terms and conditions. Do you have a passport?
No, Your Honor, I already turned that into
All right.
the passport.
All right.
Yeah, it's been surrendered.
All right, thanks. The court's going to find that Judge Jansevich's requirement that he surrender his passport has been satisfied, and his new condition of bond is he is not to leave the Orange and Osceola County?
That's going to be my request, Judge, is Mr. DeWitte's business actually operates out of Orange County, and they do funeral escorts typically outside of county boundaries. So I would ask that as long as it's demonstrated for work purposes, that he be permitted to travel within Central Florida.
Yeah, I'm allowing to travel within the 9th Judicial Circuit, which is Orange and Osceola County. Any additional travel needs to be proposed to the court and approved.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
That's all I have before the court, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yep, that'll complete our hearing. Thanks.